Breaking news, we now have the last known picture of Lynette moments before she mysteriously disappeared. The image that you are about to see was taken at the Abaco Inn pool bar. This photo of Lynette and Brian was taken at 6:34 p.m. at the Abaco Inn pool. The image was taken by a local fisherman who was just taking a photograph of the area to show his mother via text. The next day, he realized that the two people in that photograph were Brian and Lynette. You can see Lynette wearing a black bathing suit with a teal cover-up t-shirt. This is the teal cover-up and bathing suit that she was wearing. As you may recall, when authorities asked Brian of a description of what Lynette was wearing, he said a black two-piece bathing suit. However, he failed to mention that she had her teal cover-up on as well. In addition, Carly, Lynette's daughter, and her boyfriend have now made it to the Bahamas. She and her boyfriend were able to speak to staff members at the Abaco Inn, and they were able to produce a surveillance video of her mother and Brian that day. She stated that the video showed her mom and Brian leaving the Abaco Inn at 6:38 p.m. This is almost an entire hour before Brian says they left. As you may recall, Brian stated that they left around 7:30 p.m. Those staff members allowed her daughter to view the footage. They would not release the footage to anyone. This is because Bahamian officials would not allow them to do so. And during that 6:30 to 7:30 time period, it is very well still daylight out. Unlike the time frame that Brian gave, put them more towards at sunset. If Brian and Lynette left the Abaco Inn at 6:38, like the video suggests, it was only a 10 to 15 minute boat ride back to their yacht, which again would have put them in direct daylight. The bartender who served Lynette and Brian at the Abaco Inn says that Brian was the one coming up and ordering the drinks. He also stated that he did not show any type of emotion of anger or being upset. They ordered 2 rounds of drinks while at the Abaco Inn, and both orders were a Bacardi Light and Coke. The bartender also stated that Brian seemed, quote, a little buzzed, but did not seem over intoxicated whatsoever. Carly and her boyfriend were also able to board the couple's yacht recently with the help of locals. In doing so, Carly was able to obtain some items of her mother's. These photos behind me are that of the boat and what it looked like after authorities searched through it. However, we don't know how much of this was moved by authorities and how much of it is in place from when Lynette and Brian were there last. Here's a slide of all of the photos. Pause for a longer look. Carly, Lynette's daughter, also mentioned the fact that the area in which Lynette, quote, went missing, that it is very shallow, and Brian, being extremely tall, would have been odd for him not to just jump out where he could stand. To stay up to date on this case, make sure you click the playlist below. I'll keep you guys updated. What do you think? Drop in the comments. Breaking news, we now have the last known picture of Lynette moments before she mysteriously disappeared. The image that you are about to see was taken at the Abaco Inn pool bar. This photo of Lynette and Brian was taken at 6:34 p.m. at the Abaco Inn pool. The image was taken by a local fisherman who was just taking a photograph of the area to show his mother via text. The next day, he realized that the two people in that photograph were Brian and Lynette. You can see Lynette wearing a black bathing suit with a teal.
Whoa, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time.